So, let's get into the drawing here. Today I'll be making an abstract drawing, and the idea that I had for this one was to make an extraterrestrial alien plant. And I actually really like this drawing. It turned out pretty good, and I used some green and pink later in the video, which, look, I'm not great with colors, but this turned out okay. And the beginning here, as you can see, it sort of starts out as a flower and then a sphere. It's very organic looking, and then I slowly start from the top of the page and then move down the middle of the page, and there's sort of a main shape here you can kind of see of balls stacked on top of each other, and there's also some different vines and sort of wires wrapped around and going on the right side. And so a lot of shapes melded and smushed together into this very wild looking plant. And it sort of looks like coral, maybe an underwater coral reef scene. And there's some little stippling on the bottom that I did, which is kind of like sand. That's what it sort of looks like. But this is taking place on an extraterrestrial planet far, far away. That's why it doesn't really look like a normal plant. It's sort of like, it looks like an organ, some organs in your body, you know, that it's a combination of the two, but I don't know. It's up for interpretation as usual. I like the shapes going on in the middle. I really do, because it's almost like a flower petal look, which I should have done more of. I also did some cross hatching and gill shapes, sort of like what you would see on a mushroom, underneath a mushroom, lines in a circular pattern all spread out, and a little bit of that I tried adding. And what I like about these abstract drawings is that I can go back into them and find inspiration, but also see things that I didn't before, which I do with a lot of my drawings. I go back and I look at them and I see little details. I see things that I didn't even know that I made. I see things that are just in the drawing, because these drawings are very easy for me, and I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm more focused on listening to music half of the time. I'm not even focused on the drawing. I'm just kind of doodling and letting it freely flow, letting the ink go across the page. I'm more focused on listening to music and thinking about other things while I'm drawing. So when I finish the drawing and I go back, there's stuff to look at and explore. So that's what I did here. It took about 25 or 30 minutes. I really did this one pretty fast. And I should have just filmed the whole thing, but I think people like sped up drawing videos, right? I mean, I could do real-time drawings or whatever. I don't know. Save that for a later day. But I used an Artist Loft marker here, and the other marker I think is some sort of Walmart brand or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is actually, but it's a brush pen. I have a bunch of brush pens and I draw with them pretty consistently, as you can see here. And this is really more of a coloring book drawing. There's not a lot of dark areas. I could have done that, but I knew that I was gonna use color in this, so that's why there's no dark areas or shadows or anything. Although now I could go back and put some dark ink and post a picture or whatever, but yeah, you know. So yeah, that's the drawing here for today. That's all. One page. So, goodbye. Have a good night.